Alright, before we get inside this video, I want to thank y'all for getting me to 1,500 subscribers. We're on our way to 2K. And my man came in looking like this. Yeah, he came up in here looking bad. Hopefully we could get him right, which we are. This is a firefight tutorial. All you're going to need is up to your 3 guard. You're not going to need your 4, 5, 6, 7. It's none of that. We're not doing no extra steps just to keep y'all tuned in. We're going to get straight into the point. Without further ado, let's get the video to 50 likes. That's the goal. And it's locked in. Let's get to it. To start this haircut off, we had combed everything down like we do in every at the beginning of every single haircut. And now we're taking our 3 guard like I said earlier, and all we're doing right now is debulking. Debulking is just simply just removing all the hair that you don't want. In this case, well, for this case, we're debulking so we can set in our guidelines. But I know that he wants to keep weight at the top, and I know that the 3 guard is enough to where it looks like it's a nice little bit of weight at the top. Anything above that, like a 4 guard, 5 guard, 6 guard, anything like that, I feel like it'll be too much weight at the top and it'll make you look funny from the front, looking at your client from the front of the head. Well, face forward, or you know, however you want to put it. And yeah, we just riding up the top of his head. We're not like really just using no exaggerated flick out motion, and it is a mid fade and it slightly drops in the bag. So we are gonna slightly drop it in the bag. And whenever you're setting your guidelines, you want to remember the you know, that first initial guideline or that first guide that we set in. And we want to keep that shape. We want to follow that shape all throughout the head. Now we're taking our 1.5 guard, our 1.5 guard, and we're just simply debulking a little bit more. Cause on straight hair, the hair at the 3 guards level, it'd be a little bit too much to set in our first guideline, our first initial guideline. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just making sure everything even. And what I do, I work from the right side of the head. That's my sweet spot. I work from the right side of the head, then I jump to my left side, and then I connect it in the back. As y'all will see, I will continue to do this throughout the video, and it's the same thing for every single client, no matter the hair texture. So right here with our level close, we set in our first initial guideline. And it's the guideline that we're gonna follow to the end of the haircut. We're gonna make sure we follow this. It's gonna leave our haircut nice and clean. It's gonna take our haircut to the next level. And y'all can choose to use trimmers, but sometimes our trimmer guidelines or the trimmer lines that we set in are a little bit harder for us to take out. If your clippers are not properly 0 gap, then maybe you don't like them 0 gap. So maybe it's not that smart to setting your first guideline with your trimmers. So what I started doing was using my faders, and y'all should start doing that too. I highly recommend y'all do that. Now with our level all the way open, we're gonna initiate putting in that second guideline. And all we're doing, because we have such a tight room, you gotta look at it like this. And we are fading down for this client after we do this, after we set in our second guideline. But you gotta look at it like this. From the level all the way closed, that first guideline that we set in, and the 3 guard, we have to use the 1 guard. We have to use a 1/2 guard, the 1 guard, the 1.5 guard, the 2, and the top is the 3. So to fit all 5 of them guards in there, in that little bitty space, you gotta keep in mind how thick or how small you want your guidelines to be. So I'll do like a 1/2 inch, not even an inch, maybe like a 1/2 inch for each guideline. Now right here we're moving over with our 3 guard, and we're just riding up there. We just even though we've already done this process, the debulk and everything, we're just following through our process. This gonna ensure that the fade comes out exactly how we want it. And all I'm doing is slightly closing the level. These Cocoa clippers have the click system, so it's a little bit easier to manage where you're at inside the fade, because fading down is pretty difficult when you're using a lever that's just by remembrance or just by memory, like the wall seniors. I have like 4 pair of wall seniors. I do not use them no more. They're pretty good, nothing's wrong with them, they're pretty reliable and everything, but I do not use my wall seniors no more. I just use these Cocoa clippers. I don't know, these Cocoa clippers just got attached to me or just grow on me over time. And that's all we're doing, is just closing our guard. And then after that, we're gonna move down with the 2 guard and follow that same exact process. What I like to do when I'm fading down, I like to go to that halfway mark. So whenever we wherever we had stopped at with our 3 guard, which will be our level all the way closed, which will be about a 1/2 inch, or you know, kind of fading down is kind of like a feeling, kind of. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain to y'all, but it's just like a feeling. But whatever we stopped at with our 3 guard, there's 5 clicks within this level system that we have. So we have so we just went from the 3 guard all the way open to the 3 guard all the way closed as we're fading down. So when I open up my 2 guard level at the wherever I left off with that 3 guard, that's why I'm going with that 2 guard all the way open. That 3 guard all the way closed is where the 2 guard all the way open is gonna be, and we're just gonna play in that area, and then we're just gonna go down, closing the lever more and more as we go down with the 2 guard. And then after that, we're gonna follow the same exact process with our 1.5 guard that we're using right now. And as y'all can see, this fade is coming out fire. To me, fading down always leaves the most blurriest fades. I kid y'all not, that's why I just changed my whole entire fading process. And then we're gonna follow up with that 1 guard. Me, I like using this red 1 guard. I don't know if I mean, I recommend it to y'all, but I don't know if it's a difference in your fading. But it feels like it makes such a difference. It feels like it grips the hair more, slices the hair more. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Yeah, we're just point cutting right there, or just, you know, detailing. That's what we're gonna call it. We detailing, getting all these little dark areas out. And as y'all can see, it's pretty much faded already, man. It's pretty much faded. And y'all didn't get the other side in there, but this is what the other side look like. They're identical. I make sure my sides are identical. And what I do, after I do the right side and then I do the left side, I blend it in the back. And that's the steps that we're gonna show you right now. It's the same exact steps, same exact process. And yeah, just follow that and you should get the correct fade. But look, when you're going in the back, you wanna make sure you're dipping down, or you're fading towards like the rest of the guideline, because as you can see, the left and the right side is a little bit higher than in the back, because it's a mid drop fade, so we're slightly dropping it in the back. You don't want to start the mid drop fade and make it a mid drop fade and then fade the back like it's a regular fade or a regular mid fade. That's gonna leave your fade all choppy and all disconnected, and it's gonna look bad, and it's not gonna have a clean finished look. And yes, we are leaving a lot of weight at the top. We're gonna come back. I don't know why, but my straight hair videos, they seem not to do as well as my, you know, my coarse hair videos. And I feel like mastering all hair textures is very important as a barber. I don't feel like you can call yourself the best, or you're nowhere near close to being the GOAT if you can't master all hair textures. That's just how I feel about it, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that feel the same exact way. You gotta cut straight hair as good as you cut coarse hair, and you gotta cut coarse hair just as good as you cut straight hair. So yeah, we're just following through our same exact processes. And I feel like I know a lot. I know how to cut straight hair pretty good. So if y'all follow these steps, well, I use the same exact steps on every single client, no matter the hair texture. So these steps right here are gonna get y'all far in y'all barbering career. And y'all let me know if y'all like the quotes of the day that I put at the beginning of the video. And the quote for today was, life is exactly what you have made of it. It's an example of who you are and who you are not. Basically saying, you can't blame nobody else but yourself if you haven't achieved your goals, or you're not where you want to be at in life, or you don't have the things necessary to live a happy and, you know, joyful life. It's all on you. It's all on you. At the end of the day, you chose to be lazy, or you chose to go get it. So that's basically what the quote is saying. It's a lot behind the quote. Hope y'all could take it. Hope y'all could remember it. Because most people, you know, we hear a lot of things in life as humans. Like, I'm going to use a common phrase or a common quote. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like, we might have heard that once in our life, or multiple times. I guarantee you, multiple times in our life. We don't apply it to our life situations, or we don't apply it to life. We kind of sort of put it to the back of our mind, and we just forget about it. And I know y'all could probably relate to it, but I feel like we do that often, and we don't quite obtain the knowledge or the wisdom from the people that, you know, was here before us, or the people that left us these things, so we don't make mistakes or, you know, repeat history. We're supposed to evolve, we're supposed to get better, we're supposed to, you know, get smarter. We're not supposed to be keep doing the same exact stuff that other people are doing. And like how I'm making these videos for y'all, these videos so they help y'all, so y'all don't end up you know, making the same mistakes that I did at the beginning of my career, which I still am in the beginning of my career. But, you know, and I'm not saying that I made a lot of mistakes or whatever, but, you know, things in the side of this video, things that we talk about, it can help y'all, you know, kind of get better at or kind of have like a set point. Y'all gonna continue from where I left, from where I'm leaving off right now, not from where I started, for real. But right here, we're using our shears. You gotta become best friend with your shears when you're using straight hair. We have two types of shears. We have the cutting shears, and then we have the thinning shears, or the texturizing shears. I'm about to tell y'all the difference, what I use the difference for. Right here, this is the texturizing shears that I was using. But if you was to pause the video and go back, or maybe you see me using the regular cutting shears, the cutting shears is just to get the shape that we want. It's not gonna be all the way blended. But that's why we have these thinning shears, or these texturizing shears. These texturizing shears, when we go back into it in the same exact area, is going to leave it a nice blend, because it's not really cutting all of the hair, or it's not creating a new shape. It's just defining and making it look more blended, if y'all would say so. And since it's because he has straight hair, I'm using my I think it's the DLC blade that come with the low pros. I took them off my low pros and I put them on these regular Beyblades, because I hated that graphite blade. I would say it's one of the worst blades ever made. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but yeah, the DLC blade just cuts a lot sharper. It basically cuts through anything. It's a sharp blade, and I enhanced the sharpness on my blade myself, so it's pretty sharp. But it's cutting through straight like butter. For the lineup, you want to get it somewhat straight. For straight hair, I really don't try to focus on getting the lineups too straight, because I don't really like that straight look, because I still like to texturize the top and everything, and put, like, you know, your little styling cream or gel or powder, whatever you may use. And yeah, this is the finished product right here. It's a nice clean fade, nice clean textured top and everything. For the textured top, didn't really have to do too much. Did my thing. But look, it's HYB. If you're not handling your business, then what you're doing. Hope y'all could take my advice for today. Hope y'all could take some words of encouragement or whatever for this video. And look, hope y'all enjoyed the video. We out.